knew that your returning players were going to have to be better than they were a year ago. And based on what I've seen through 8 games, I think each and every one of your returning players is a better player than he was a year ago.
You know, individual player development is a huge part of this program. Because there's absolutely no secret to this game. It's not rocket science, it's not brain surgery, it's basketball. And the better the players are, most of the time the better the coaches. There's no secret to it. So every day in the summer I challenge the guys with some specific things I want them to work on in their game, and for the most part they all developed and worked on that, and that's why they came back better. But even during the season, we spend probably about 10-15% of our practice time on individual player development, because we don't want them to get stale on their own individual games during the season. We want to continue to improve during the season as individuals.
As good as Stefon has been, he's been awfully good. To me, it starts with the guy out front. And Marvin Kilgore has been, I think, just absolutely sensational. His scoring is up. He's just behind DJ, averaging 14 a game. He's second in Conference USA in assists. He is first in Conference USA in assist-to-turnover ratio, almost 3-1.
You know what? When you've got a backcourt like we do, starting at that point guard position, in college basketball, if you've got an experienced backcourt, you've got a senior leading you at that point guard position who can play. Marvin can play. And then you have the guys around him. Starting with Marvin, though, the leadership we've been getting from him has been outstanding. You look at his numbers across the board, it'd be hard-pressed to find another point guard in the country that can have those kind of numbers with the assist-to-turnover ratio that he has, the ability that he has scoring the ball, but it's not in a selfish way. He just takes what's there. He's got to drive to the basket. It's all created around this offense where we put the ball in our point guard's hand and let him initiate things. If it's there for Marvin, he takes it. If it's not, he gets everybody else involved. And we've got a special player there at that point guard position.
I think Marvin's been attacking the basket even better than he did a year ago.
He has, because you know, he's seen passing lanes better in this offense. That's what usually happens in this offense from year 1 to year 2, and it was all new for these guys last year. And so a year under the belt, the offense has even gone farther. We're shooting a higher percentage from the floor. But the guys now, as they drive to the basket, as we spread the floor and we drive, we attack, we create driving lanes, we create help situations where you've got to be able to read, whether it's a skip, whether it's a drop for the 5. Marvin is really seeing what's in front of him. If it's there, he takes it. If it's not, he knows he can almost close his eyes and know where to pass that ball because of the experience that he has in his offense.
The young guy playing behind Marvin at that spot hasn't done bad either. Julian Stone's got even a better assist-to-turnover ratio, 4-1.
No, it's funny though. In recruiting, a lot of times you'll find out you're going to recruit. You're going to recruit a certain guy on a certain team. And this was the case with Julian. We weren't going to recruit Julian. We were going to another one of his teammates on his AAU summer team. And as we were out there this summer, we had a scholarship. We were looking at another young man, and all of a sudden we're watching this game, and I'm saying, well, who is this guy? Who is this guy? He kept making plays. And the one thing you see about Julian, you see those size 18s out there flying around on that floor. He's got some big shoes now. But hopefully he grows into them. He'll turn into a 7-foot point guard. But as we're looking at one of his other teammates, I'm seeing Julian say, Coach, what about this guy? What's happening here? And they tell me he's an unsigned senior, good student, good grades. And I said, well, am I missing something? We got to go get him. And he's been even better than I thought he was. I thought he was pretty unique coming out of high school.
I'll tell you who noticed is the USC staff and our old friend Tim Floyd. In fact, when he lost a couple of players to the NBA in the summertime, he was going down to the next guy on his list. And I guess Julian was right there, but he was already signed, sealed, and delivered to UTEP.
Oh, I heard Coach Haskins told me the stories. He told me that he had talked to Coach Floyd, and he was looking down. Floyd was looking down his list, saying, "Okay, who do we go get?" And he was the next name on the list, and we had already signed him. And so he had called Coach Haskins and said, "You got to be kidding me! They got a heck of a player." And I knew we had that. Not only a special player, but a special person.
You opened with a victory at home over Arkansas Pine Bluff. Then you went to College Station. You played in the MIT season tip-off tournament again against 2 NCAA tournament squads. You took care of Texas A&M Corpus Christi and their big man Chris Daniels in the opener. And the next night, you gave host and nationally ranked Texas A&M all they wanted. In fact, Miners probably played the Aggies better than anybody else in that tournament.
Well, I think, we went into that game, specifically the Texas A&M game, knowing we were the better team on the floor. It was a tough environment. They've got a unique situation there with 50,000 students on campus. They were getting 7,000 or 8,000 students at their games, and they were packed in there. They all had their white shirts on, but we knew going into that game that we were a better team. There was a lot of things that we did that led to our own demise in that game, and we've since worked on. But at the same time, disappointing that we didn't come out there with the win, because we all wanted to get to Madison Square Garden. I've been there, I played in Madison Square Garden a couple times as a player in college, and coached in Madison Square Garden several times as a coach. And it's a unique spot now. It's the world's greatest arena. That's why we call it that. And we all wanted to get there. It was disappointing. We came up a little bit short, but I think we showed. It was an ESPN national televised game. I think we showed what we were all about.
I think some of your inexperience might have hurt you down the stretch in that ball game. It's the first time any of these kids have gone through it.
Yeah, it was. It was a great learning experience, and I always like to learn from a close win rather than a close loss. I'm not into moral victories. I think we're past that in this program right now with the group of guys that I have, that we go into every game expecting to win. Not in an arrogant way, not in a cocky way, but there was some couple things that we did in that game that cost us that game that we've since worked on. And it also didn't help that they shot 39 free throws and we shot 13 at the end of the day in that game.
All right, we're going to take another timeout. 866-477-7020 if you're listening in on 92.3 The Fox or anywhere on the Miner ISP Sports Network. We'll also get to your questions right here at Bruce Sports Pub and Grill as we continue on this, the season's first edition of the Tony Barbee Show. Back in a moment on 92.3 The Fox and the Miner ISP Sports Network.
Race Car Casino presents 50K Lucky Split with $15,000 in cash every Monday.
I'm sure these guys probably enjoy having somebody watching them eat. But busy or
$50,000 in cash twice a day every week with 50K Lucky Split. Taking you to Treasure Island. Get your ticket for treasure chests containing cash, ATVs, vacations, shopping sprees, jewelry, and even a new car.
that's Randy.
Your tickets to Treasure Island now. Your share of $60,000.
How you doing, Randy? My name's Craig Evans. I've got coyotesin.com. I've got lots of videos and stuff like that. It's on the website. So I hope you can let your folks know and let them go ahead and keep in touch that way. All right? Good to have you here. There he is now. Remember a while back when we were excited about these guys that were coming in and Jeremy Sampson was telling us about how that was? Are you starting to get the idea now, folks, huh? How you doing, Jeremy? Good to see you. How's everything going? It's exciting, isn't it? Tell me what practice is like with Coach Barbee.
Practice is very competitive with Coach Barbee. You know, make sure we get it down, make sure we go hard every day and bring it. So we prepare for the next game and be ready to go.
One of the times that I was able to get there for a practice, one of the things that I noticed, he likes watching you guys run, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, that's the majority of how we play. He likes to play fast, get up and down the court. So we tie the other team out, we just run circles around them. So
you know,
keep up with us.
There's an old saying that something like fatigue makes cowards of us all. Once you get those other guys tired, they're easy to beat, aren't they? Yeah, it's a matter of attrition. And then, you know, that's one of the things that you don't have to worry about how skilled you are at that. That's a matter of just guts and hard work, huh? You guys are putting it in, aren't you? Starting to pay off.
Yes, sir.
Big year, huh?
Yes, it is. Great year for us. I'm very excited.
One of the things that excited me was when I heard Coach Barbee after the A&M game come out and say, "Oh, this is what we expected. We expected to to go ahead and beat them. We expect we were the better team out there, and we should have won. I love that kind of expectation from our team. That's right. Let's go duke it out with anybody.
Yes, sir. The wings good?
Good to see you. Thanks again.
Marvin says the wings are good. If Marvin says the wings are good, then the guys are happy. All right. We're glad to have all of you with us. We'll be back here next Thursday night again.